This was gonna be my first time out of the country, and I had so many questions! So, after the Vipassana course, my life didn't look that much different on the outside. I still had my apartment, which was filled with a bunch of stuff. I still had my sweet car. I had a big, comfortable bed. But on the inside, things were looking very different. At the course, it was like the landscape of my soul had been watered for the first time in far too long, and I was absorbing every drop. But I needed more. It came to me during the last few days of the Vipassana course, in that calm, peaceful harbor of surrender, that if I truly want to experience new things, then I have to go out and experience new things. I have to travel. And so I set that as my intention. I am going to travel. I had made the commitment. Like that. See, that was my intention. I was setting my intention right there. That's what that is. But immediately came the question, how are you going to travel? Almost as quickly as I could ask the question, the universe responded. I had just received 3 weeks of vacation time that I had to use by the end of the year. So I buy a round-trip ticket to Europe for the entire 3 weeks, and I prepare. This was going to be my first time out of the country, and I had so many questions! My mind was running wild with curiosity. What do people over there look like? What kind of things do they eat? What will I eat? What do their buildings look like and how are they built? Where will I stay? Bursting with excitement, anticipation, and curiosity, I get on the plane. Upon landing in Germany, my wish for new experiences is immediately granted. I arrive right in the middle of the Christmas market in Berlin. All my senses were on overload. The sweetest smell of candied almonds with cinnamon and sugar. There was dried fruits by the kilo, smoked fish by the gram. And although it was well below freezing, it didn't bother the people at all. Everyone was out, walking in the cool, fresh air. It's where I began to see and experience history come alive. Everywhere you go, there are buildings and churches that were built way before America was even a country. Like this church castle in Prague. It was built in the 9th century. Yes, construction started in the year 870. That's before the Viking Age, before the Renaissance, before Christopher Columbus, before the Revolutionary War, and way before me being depressed about my life at the factory in Indiana. I had never seen anything that old. So I wandered into this bizarre German robot party or something. This robotic drone noise was so loud you could feel it in your teeth. I went up into this tower where I could physically see the difference between this side of the old world of West Berlin and its beautiful architecture, as compared to this side of the communist era East Berlin and its architecture. Previously, I had only read about East-West Berlin. But now, I could see the difference. I had my first real hostel experience in Prague. I had never before met so many people from all over the world, all sorts of different languages, backgrounds, and just as many different reasons for traveling. It was incredible to me at the time how open and accepting all these travelers are. We'd never met each other before, but immediately it feels like you're old friends. For example, I had a lovely day with Vera from Ireland. We had met at the hostel, and then we spent the following day exploring the old city of Prague. Just exploring, taking pictures, and having fun, feeling alive. I had never met anyone from Ireland. And I wondered what the food tastes like, right? So I went to a schnitzel house in Vienna, Austria, and ate this big old pile of schnitzel. My God, I could not imagine eating that now. If you've ever wondered what it's like to eat schnitzel, then envision sitting down and eating a brick. 'Cause that's what it feels like in the gut. Schnitzel! I said to my new friend, I want to experience traditional Hungarian food, because we were in Hungary. So we walk for kilometers to this secret place, and I am served on this flimsy little paper plate a truly horrifying spectacle. The image is still burned in my mind. But I was in full pursuit of new experiences. So, when in Rome, so I took a bite of this thing, expecting it to taste like sausage, because that's vaguely what it looked like. But to my horror, it was soft like pudding. Only later do I come to learn that this thing is made by taking an animal intestine, filling it with blood and rice, and then tying it off and roasting it over a fire until the blood curdles and thickens into this gelatinous substance.
Could I get a glass of water, please?
Then I had this delicious dish in Austria called knödel. It was a sort of potato and flour dough, made into a ball, then stuffed with some very hearty corned beef of sorts, all served on a plate of sauerkraut. It was so rich and savory. I had it 3 nights in a row.
Could